Hello and welcome everyone to Challenging 1984 Season 1. We've got about half the cast here. Everybody else will hopefully be watching this later. So the 16 of you have been carefully selected to take part in the inaugural season of Challenging 1984. I couldn't be more excited to see this come together. I wanted to host a challenge game for quite some time, and finally being able to do so makes me so excited. Between the 16 of you, there are 33 appearances on a 1984 season, um, and 98 competition wins. We have many winners, runner-ups, record holders, fallen angels, and players who made a special mark on their seasons who are all ready to give it a shot at a brand new game. So I'm sure what you are all wondering is how the format will be working. So each round, there will be a daily challenge. The sole winner of that daily challenge will be safe for the week and will have the duty to send one person right into elimination. As for everyone else, you will each be submitting a vote for who you'd like to see them face off against. But rather than the person with the majority of the votes going into elimination, taking inspiration from Challenge USA Season 2, all of the votes will be put on a wheel to determine the second player going into elimination. The two players will then face off in a predetermined challenge where the person who wins will remain in the game, while the loser will be officially eliminated from the game. This means that it only takes one vote to send somebody into elimination. So logistically, if somebody gets 5 votes and somebody else gets 3, somebody else gets 2, somebody else gets 1, that's how many times that person's name will be on the wheel. So you have one chance of going in for every time your name is said. Um, so for logistics, the daily challenge winner will not submit a name for the wheel, but the person they selected will still get to put a name on the wheel. So they do still have at least a little bit of say in who they face off against. Typically, how this will work is that we will have either a semi-live daily challenge or a live daily challenge. The daily winner will typically have about 1 hour after the challenge results to submit the name of who they want to send in. It might variate from the 1 hour. I'll just let you know when that's going to happen, but it's typically going to be 1 hour for the winner. Once this hour is up, I will make an announcement in the announcements chat with the winner's decision. Everyone else will then have a predetermined amount of time to submit a name for the wheel. Typically, this will either be about an hour period or it could be a 1 day period, depending on if the elimination is that night or if it is the next day. Regardless, the winner's decision will always be due the night of either the challenge or the challenge results. If you are ever not going to be available for whatever reason, you may send in a list of names for who you'd like to put in / put on the wheel. Please be sure you do send a list and not just one name because it's likely that that person could already be the person that the winner selected. That person could be the winner depending on how long you are away. So just send me a list just in case I need it. And then failure to submit a name before the due time will result in your name being put on the wheel in that place. So make sure you submit a name or yours will be on the wheel instead. As for the daily winner, if they fail to submit a name in time, they will automatically be sent into elimination themselves. So make sure you send me your choices, please, or get them in at the appropriate time. As for submitting names, you can pre-submit and change them up until the time I call for the official vote. The wheel votes will do just like we would in a Big Brother eviction where I call everybody's name one at a time. It'll just make the process a lot easier. As far as submitting for the winner, you will just send me your official decision in your chat. We're not going to do a Zoom for the winner decision, at least at this point in the game, as we'll have to make another Zoom an hour later. It logistically makes more sense to not do one there. So we will be doing the eliminations directly after the wheel spins. So please make sure that you are present for the eliminations, as you don't know if you will be headed into it. Failure to be present at an elimination that you are supposed to compete in will result in your elimination. So Please don't let that happen. If you do have an emergency situation come up, or if you just cannot be there, please let me know with as much time in advance so we can hopefully work something out if that is the case. If you let me know, there is more likely a chance that we can push the elimination back or do something about it if you are selected. But if you just don't show up, there's nothing I can really do for you. Once an elimination decision has been made, like once I say you're eliminated, I'm not gonna ever go back on that. So if there's an emergency situation that you just cannot respond, unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. So, but if there's something that happens beforehand, we can hopefully deal with it. So as for a few more details about the season that I'd like to reveal to you now, at a certain point in the game, the format will slightly change, but I'm not going to tell you when that will happen. But there will be a slight change at some point. Also, to be transparent, I want to inform you that 4 players will be running the final for this game. So when you do end up looking at the schedule, you will notice that that means there's not enough elimination days to accommodate for 12 people all leaving at separate times, which means that at some point there are potential doubles or purges that could happen throughout the season. When those will take effect will not be announced now, but they will happen at the beginning of those rounds prior to a daily challenge. So you will not go into a daily challenge not knowing that it's a purge or a double. For now, that's all I really have for you guys. So you will have from now until 8 p.m. tomorrow to compete in your first semi-live daily challenge. Please make sure that you schedule your comp with me as soon as you can. I have 16 of these to host, so I have to get through all 16. So if anybody can go tonight, that would be appreciated. And then with the challenge being due at 8 p.m., the winner's decision for who will be going in will be due at 9, and then everybody else's decision of who they want to be put on the wheel will be due at 10 tomorrow, because tomorrow is the first elimination. You are all in for an intense, fun, quick season. I'm really excited to get started. So you're now free to socialize. You can stay on the Zoom if you would like. If I do have to start hosting challenges, I will kick everybody off, but you guys do have your VCs, the house VC, all of that. Also, just as a note, please check your chats, make sure you have everything you're supposed to have and nothing that you're not supposed to. And yeah, also, if you happen to want a group chat, so a chat with more than just you and one other person, for those of you that played on Skype, what you'll have to do is just message in your prod chat at me and say, I would like to request a chat with this person, this person, this person, and myself, and then I will make that chat, and the chat will start with a message saying who the chat was requested by. You'll get a text chat and a VC for those if you wish. So I believe that's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to stop the stream, but you guys are welcome.
I have a question that's like about the format.
Go for it. I'll
Are the votes public or no?
So who you specifically vote for is not public, but the vote counts will be public because you'll obviously see the wheel. So, but it will not be like, it won't say Tyler voted for Michael and Michael voted for Tyler. It won't say that. Any other questions that should be on the stream? Okay. If anything does come up, let me know and I will try to answer it. But